Hello, my friends, and welcome to today's video break. Psalm 51 verse 12 says, "Restore to me the joy of your salvation and grant me a willing spirit to sustain me." Oh my goodness. I think this is like a breakthrough passage, probably for most of us, if we understood the immensity of what David was asking God to do. David was asking God to restore joy. What kind of joy? The joy of his salvation. The joy of living with Christ daily. Seeing life through the eyes of Christ. Seeing life through the eyes of eternity every single day. Not going back and forth into participating in sin and then walking out of it, participating in... Wouldn't you want just a breakthrough? You know, that's where joy is. Joy is not found in the sinful actions that we do. Joy is found in the relationship with Christ. The unity with Christ that you and I get to share is the place where joy exists. It's the fruit of what the Spirit produces in us. It's what God does in us. He helps us to see every situation through the eyes of joy. Now, joy isn't a feeling. Joy is not an emotion that overcomes us. Joy is what the Spirit puts in us to sustain us through all the situations of life, that we can see it from God's perspective. And it doesn't bring us downcast, but it keeps us looking through the eyes of Jesus. It's beautiful. It's more than a feeling is what I'm trying to say, because happiness is typically based upon a situation or a circumstance. It has nothing to do with your situation, but who's going through it with you. Seeing it from a different perspective, seeing it through the different eyes. And when we start seeing life through the eyes of Jesus and start experiencing what he wants to pour in us, then we can walk through the valleys of the shadow of death and fear no evil. I mean, that, my friends, is joy. You know, that, my friends, is walking through the death experience and yet having peace. That, my friends, is joy. And sometimes I think we get that all confused, that our joy is based upon a situation. Our joy is based on the next birthday, the next holiday, the next this, the next that. No, joy is right now. Joy is being able to sit in the circumstances that God has given you, resting in his presence, knowing that joy is the strength that he's continued to pour into you. Enjoy life. There's so much to enjoy, but I think our perspective sometimes is in a different place than on what God wants to provide for us to walk through. You, my friend, have a very blessed day walking. Enjoy.